So, in past episodes, we've focused a lot on what it takes, like from an author's end of things, what it means to market your book, and whether are you marketing the book, or are you marketing the author, persona, and the kinds of stuff that you like to write about and the things that you like to talk about. And the answer is it's very much a mix of both of those things. Um, and a lot of what we talked about in previous episodes, it had to do with some of the ads that we make for that, particularly an aspect called click testing, which is basically troubleshooting which ads get the best reception, and that was primarily on Facebook. Which, whether or not you like it, that is a very big platform for a lot of people to be on, and therefore it's a good opportunity for authors to use it as a platform to get noticed, to have their ads running. YouTube is, another platform. There's many social media platforms out there, but I've been focused on YouTube because I follow a number of YouTubers, and I've just kind of paid attention to how they format their videos, and um, it's very easy to get engagement on YouTube as well as any other platform. In some ways, I think YouTube, you can actually engage easier with people,
Hmm.
because pretty much every platform has like a comments section. If you
Mhm.
make a post, people can make comments, but I feel like there's something inherent to YouTube, um, that can increase that engagement. And it might be because it is a video platform primarily, and the fact that it's also like the second biggest search engine, which you don't really think about it, but it
Mhm.
is a search engine much more than a social media platform. And weirdly enough, that actually I think increases the social aspect or the capability of it.
That's interesting, and I never really had thought about it, but I would imagine there might be more engagement because they can actually see you and hear you. So
Hmm.
you could do like a FaceTime or whatever, those kind of other video, the other platforms that allow you to do some sort of video
Hmm.
on them. But I believe all of them created that addition to their platform because of YouTube being so wildly successful as a channel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's interesting. Cool.
Yeah. So, do you want to move it forward? I
Sure.
think the next slide is just kind of another blank. Yeah. So, social
Mhm.
engagement. You want
Social
to move?
engagement. Okay,
Yes.
everybody memorize this because no, I'm kidding. There we go. Social
Okay.
engagement.
Yes. Thank you. And like some of this stuff, you'll see it applies to all the platforms, just because this is part of what it means to be an author and to try to connect with your audience or your potential audience.
Mhm.
Um, in the case of us, since our intended reading audience, as it were, is kind of in the preteen to teenager range, another audience group that we want to talk to is actually the parents of those readers,
Right.
because
Mhm.
unfortunately we live in a world where young adult can mean many things when it comes to what is in the content of the books.
Yeah.
And um, so it's very important to us that we can also talk to the parents of the potential readers and make it very clear, these are our goals, here's what you'll find, here's what you will never find in our
Ever.
stories.
Never ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's that, and then um so there's the audience, and then there's uh just the stuff that we want to talk about on all these platforms, because again, it helps the audience, who whichever group that is, it helps them get to know us as people better, because not too far into the past, you'd find a book at a bookstore, and there'd be like a little bio section on the
Hmm.
back or on the inside, and like that's good, like that's fine, and
Hmm.
those are still there, but you don't really get to know the author as a person.
Right.
And that's why we talk about the author's journey, because there's the general steps you take to become an author, and then there's like the actual personal experience of getting there or of going there, which I think I've learned that you're always going. There is not really an end point to anything. And that's why we can also have updates. We can share stuff that doesn't have to do with actually being an author. It's just kind of like, talking about your side hobby. Like, I like to knit, so I could, maybe just share a picture of like, hey, I'm almost done with this scarf or whatever. And
Hmm.
then you can also, talk about, uh, just thoughts you have as an author, whether it's about your own story, other people's stories, just sharing memes where it's like, here's a snapshot of what it's like inside my brain, and just get to connect with some humor, which we
Hmm.
definitely need more of these days.